Welcome to the Spiritual Truth Podcast with your host, Kerry-Marie. Today, I'm very excited to have with me Nigel Collis. Nigel is a very well-known spiritual healer, and he's been around New Zealand for 26 years. He's got a wealth of knowledge that he's going to share with you today about his journey and his experiences and how he can help heal you and others. Not only that, he talks about how he teaches others spiritual healing, does workshops, and also some retreats around some really exciting spiritual places around the globe. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to us, and welcome to the Spiritual Truth Podcast. Blessings and love, Kerry-Marie. Hi there. A quick reminder before we get into the podcast about my up-and-coming tour 2026, Bridging the Two Worlds. To purchase your tickets, go to Event Finder. And because you're one of my listeners, I'll give you a 5% discount. So please put in the code BLESSINGS, which is all in capitals. I look forward to seeing you there. Remember to head to the link below to purchase a ticket and the discount code. Blessings and love, Kerry-Marie. Welcome, Nigel. It's great to see you again.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's been a while actually since I've seen you. I used to see a lot of you back in the day because I used to live in Hobsonville.
Correct, yeah.
And when I first came across you, it was in Westgate. Westgate.
Yeah, Westgate.
Westgate. And I used to go and visit your shop. Was it Health World?
It was, yes.
I used to come and see you, have chats with you. Used to give me advice about spiritual matters and healing matters, and you've done a healing on me before, and I felt a lot better afterwards, much better.
That's good.
I felt quite calm afterwards. And then one of the things you told me about was CoQ10. I'll never forget that.
Yes.
I take it regularly every day, so you've got a lot of knowledge. Then I saw you, I went to see my first show of Calvin Cruikshank, and you were on stage with him, and you did some healing. And also, I think he's mentioned you in his book as his friend as well. So that's when I became aware of you. So it's been quite a while. And I've seen you around the spiritual churches as well. And then I know also you do some demonstrations, don't you, at the churches?
Yeah, I do demonstrations. Actually doing one tomorrow.
Right, okay.
At the Church of the Golden Light. So, yeah.
Right, so you enjoy doing that too?
Yeah, I enjoy doing it. It's a special part of my life, actually.
Yeah.
And so what you don't know about me is that I'm a reverend.
Oh, are you?
I'm a minister of a Christian spiritual church. It's the Church of the Golden Light.
Oh, is that the one over in the city, in Eden Terrace? Yeah, I've been there.
And so, yeah, and because of that, obviously, my life is based around God or a higher source. And it's really good to be able to bring through people from the afterlife to explain things to people, and that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
As you know.
Yes, I do. So interesting, because in my book, Breaking Free there, I mentioned meeting Jesus because I was brought up Catholic, and I think you were too.
It's we're very much the same, yes.
Very much the same. So, and the Jesus that visited me was very powerful. It was very life-changing with one of my children in particular. Very powerful. And the love that came from him and the non-judgment was absolutely incredible. And interestingly enough, I did a meditation yesterday and Jesus visited me, and he's wearing a white robe with bare feet, and he was sending golden light to me. Now, this is interesting. We talk about the Church of the Golden Light.
Yes.
So we're sending that. So, and it's interesting because a lot of the Christians are very unsure this sort of work. So it's interesting. I like the two of them being combined like that. It's great, isn't it? Yeah.
It's possibly not that well known in New Zealand to be a Christian spiritualist church, but all over the world, in England especially,
Really?
a lot of the churches are Christian spiritualist.
Isn't that relief? Isn't it sort of a bit of a relief?
It is really.
Because it's not like them against us sort of thing.
No. And, there's different spiritual centres and things like that, but there's room for everyone.
Do you know, I just heard Spirit say to me, two become one.
And that's what's about this church.
As I said, two become one. So
I was only ordained this year,
right.
but I've been going to the church for a while.
Oh, that's special. So when you walked in, the first thing I was drawn to was this.
Yes, well, that's because
Gold cross.
that's who I am.
Yeah, and it feels that connected to your mum as well.
Yeah.
Very much so. It reminded me very much of my mum. So it's been very confusing for me as a Catholic becoming, and this book was about breaking free, but it's not about, I also found it difficult with some spiritual people that had no belief in Jesus either. So it's, because I do. So it's very confusing, isn't it?
It is, but we're in a world of free choice.
Yes.
And it's whatever makes people happy with who they are.
I just heard content.
That's right.
I just heard content.
And when a person is happy or content, they act a lot better.
Yeah.
They have a more fulfilled life.
Yeah.
They don't have to go around preaching.
Yes.
It's what their beliefs is important.
Yeah. What's right for them.
What's right for them.
Yeah. Because we're all individual, aren't we?
We are.
We're all individual. So then I also noticed that you were at the Orewa Spiritual Church, the new one.
Yes. To be honest, I used to run the Helensville Spiritual Church, and that closed down at COVID.
Right, yeah.
And so everything at the Orewa Spiritual Centre comes from the Helensville
they're so
Community
cute.
Church. Yeah.
Oh, they're cute.
Totally different.
There's no ego. They're so sweet. I actually ended up demonstrating there. So I went exhausted, and I went with my friend Claire, and we turned up, and the meetings weren't turning up, and I said, I've got to demonstrate. And they were just so lovely. It was such a beautiful situation.
Yeah, I normally go there, but I was preparing for a healing course, so I just can't do everything.
No, of course, exactly. So that's a bit about your background. So then, so I'm going to concentrate on the healing side of it, because you're well known as a healer.
Yeah.
So can you just tell me a little bit what drew you to be a spiritual healer in the first place?
What do you do? Well, first of all, I'm a qualified Reiki master.
Yeah.
And I channel through Elohim healing in the year 2000.
What is Elohim healing?
Elohim healing is a sequential healing.
Right.
That means you do everything in sequence. It's the same as you don't make a cup of coffee by putting the water in first and then putting the instant coffee on top of it.
Right.
You put the coffee in first, then the water. So it's sequential healing.
I see.
So you do everything in order.
Okay.
It's open to people of all denominations because everybody has the capabilities of being a healer. Mm-hmm. Spiritual healing is slightly different than energy healing. Mm-hmm. So with the spiritual healing of Elohim, if a person is a healer, they can put whatever they want in between the sequences. Mm-hmm. But as long as they follow the sequence, the person will end up clear, clean and balanced, and not only feeling well, but being well.
It's interesting because I was naturally taught, we've done healing on each other, and I did it in sequence. I always have a process and I always follow it.
And that is what I channeled.
Yeah, because sometimes I do the clearing first, because you can't heal someone until you clear the wound. I used to be a nurse.
Very, very good and very, very similar what you've been brought up with, which of course is from above. Yeah. And without even realising it, we know what we have to do.
We do. That's interesting. So you talked about spiritual healing, but what's the energy healing then?
Energy healing is from a different source.
Yes.
Maybe not from the highest source.
Right.
But there's nothing wrong with it. There's room for energy healing. Energy healing can help the body in many, many different ways. It can also give the body a feeling of being comfortable, being calm, and being accepting. But spiritual healing's from a higher source.
So where does the energy healing come from?
different forms of energy, and also spiritual healing is energy healing, but from a higher connection.
Right, okay.
That's the difference.
So do you mean like crystal healing's like an energy healing?
Yes, and I have done that and I have taught that. That's how I started in healing.
Oh, crystal, so that's a form of energy healing, but it's not necessarily...
From the higher source.
So like, say, doing a chakra healing could be energy healing?
Yes.
But it's not necessarily from the higher source.
Definitely not.
But I think that I do a combination of both.
And so do I.
Oh, interesting. That's really interesting. I never knew that. I learned something. You always learn something new every day. And innately, I've been doing that. And something that Spirit said to me, I can remember having a dream, and off my hands came rainbows, but it was like lightning bolts, and every finger had a rainbow.
Yeah.
And I was very conscious about ego, very conscious about ego. And I kept on saying to them, I know this is not coming from me. I know this is coming from you. And they answered me in the most beautiful way. We are a team.
Yes. And that's really important that you should say something like that. Because the first thing I say to a new client, a new person that comes in, is say, I can take no credit for what happens in this room because it's not me.
Yes.
And that's telling everyone you can't go around walking saying, I'm a big person, I'm the best in the world, I can fix people, because it's not you.
No, it's not, it never comes from you.
That's right. As
Never.
long as they know that to start off with,
Yeah.
they feel better.
Yeah, I feel very, what's the word, compromised, or I feel uncomfortable. And see people say to me, oh, you're a great healer. Because I think, oh, I just don't, because I'm just a medium in between, if you know what I mean. I'm just
Correct.
a channel.
You're the conduit, you're the
conduit,
channel.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's dead right.
But the more I'm in tune with myself and keep myself in a good place and in tune with it, I can accept the energy better. It's like a clean vessel, isn't it?
That's 100% right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So obviously you're drawn to it though. So
Yes,
what made you want to?
I was born in England and
Yeah.
coming from a very, very religious family.
Yeah.
I had a grounding with God.
Yes.
Okay, so I was already receiving things from a higher source.
Mm-hmm.
But it really started when I was a child. And unbeknown to me, what was happening is that I used to have, my first dog was called Tosca. And we lived in England in a place called Maidstone, not far from London. And when I used to stroke the dog, I didn't necessarily have to stroke him by touching. And so with my hand about, in the old terms, 2 or 3 inches above the dog's coat, the fur would stand up. And so people say that's static electricity. It is, but static electricity has to be an energy form from somewhere. And that interested me as a young child. And since then, of course, I always wanted to be a doctor, which never happened because my parents separated early.
Right. Okay.
But it still achieved it in life because I became the owner of 2 health shops. And so my focus became on natural forms of healing, supplements and things like that.
Has you got quite a knowledge of supplements?
A huge knowledge. I actually owned one of my shops for 22 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And so a huge knowledge in natural supplements, etc.
Matt Coke. So where did you learn that? Just by trial and error, or just by?
No, I learned it from people. We never, ever suggest things to people that haven't been tried and proven.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I've
Do
been
research.
taught. Yes,
Been
I've been
taught.
taught. Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So it's interesting you talked about the animals because Andre, who's the producer here, I looked after his cat, Snowy, and I sort of, in a way, Snowy loves her love and comfort, but she's not really a touchy, cuddly cat, is she, Andre? No. And when I see her, I say, oh, Snowy, yeah. Then there's Snowy, don't I? I always go, yeah, and I always make a fuss out just with my voice. Yeah, and she knows that it's me, doesn't she? And she goes all squishy, but I'm not actually. I'm just talking to her and giving her this love for my voice, and she just knows that but it's almost like this connection with her, without actually petting her. So it's the same sort of thing, isn't it?
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
With connection to a higher source is normally based through telepathic type of
Yes, it's telepathic.
association. And I once had a deaf dog. And this deaf dog
Oh,
in
really?
here in
Wow.
Wongaproa, this deaf dog understood just by thinking.
Wow.
Not so much commanding, because dogs can be naughty too,
Mm,
but knew what I wanted it to do,
yeah.
and I knew how to communicate with it.
You can do that with people, you know.
Yes, I should say.
I did it with my husband last night. He left his phone behind and was supposed to meet at a restaurant. And in the end, his dad told me his mum used to do it. It works every time with John. And I sent him a psychic message and he turned up at the restaurant. So it works every time. So it does work.
Yes, it does.
I remember once his dad, it was a bit of a joke. He was an elderly gentleman and he had a glass of wine and was taking his medication at the same time. He sort of choked. And I just thought, as a joke in my head, I don't cark it. That's what I was thinking, just as a joke in my head. I never voiced it. I just thought, oh no, don't cark it now. You know, he just sort of thinks things like that, not in a mean way. And he turned around and said to me, not yet.
So,
Oh my goodness.
so he was hearing you,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, that was interesting. So, okay. So how long have you been doing healing for?
Professionally full time
Yeah.
since April 1999.
Yes.
So it's 26 years now.
Yeah.
Full time healer, and
It's a long time.
it's a long time.
1999.
Yeah, 1999.
Wow.
And so, yes, I'm also, as well as a spiritual healer. Of course, you've got to learn different things.
Yes.
And so I'm a clinical hypnotherapist qualified,
Oh, wow. Are
and
you?
and a psychotherapist,
Are
which
you?
complements people with phobias.
Oh,
Okay, so
wow.
spiritual healing on its own sometimes cannot completely stop phobias, although the other two practices that I do may.
Okay. Interesting.
So,
Wow, I have to do another interview with you because you want a hypnotherapist.
yeah, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist.
So you still do it now?
Yes,
Oh, wow. So I might
just
do
for
another.
things like past life regression,
Oh, interesting. It does work.
1,000%.
Yeah. So Don's dad was a hypnotherapist at one point as well.
Wow,
Interesting. So yeah, I have to bring you in for that. It's a different subject altogether.
totally different.
So you're a psychotherapist as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's no mean feat becoming a
No, but it's working with the mind like we do.
yeah.
And the mind is a very, very, very important part of the body. And we only use 20% of it, if that. But the mind can help us out in all ways of life.
I believe that very much so. Very much. I was reading a really positive book the other day about something that Spirit always says to me, joy is in all the little things.
So you just mentioned a word that is huge for everyone. It's called being positive. You mentioned a positive book. And so that's part of hypnotherapy and psychotherapy especially, is to allowing the person to see the positiveness of everything.
Yeah, it's interesting because the lady, I'm actually doing an interview with her soon, Lisa O'Neill. She's one of the most uplifting, positive people I've ever met in my lifetime. Incredible. Her book is so uplifting.
It's great.
And I always feel myself go, like when I'm reading her book. And I just read a little bit in the morning, a little bit at a time. I'm savouring it. I love it. And she was talking about like loving all the little things in life. And it was like to nourish yourself with joy, like to nourish yourself from every level, like, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally. She was talking about the emotional, and the joys and the little things, and to notice it. And then when I was reading that, I suddenly heard the birds chittering and twittering. And I think if I hadn't read that, I wouldn't have noticed it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I thought, oh my God, those birds give me so much joy, and just sit there in the present and just listen to the beautiful sound of those birds.
Brings happiness.
So much happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that mind, it's that focus, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah, I love that. So you're healing like on a spiritual level, like with a, say, grief, with a mediumship, psychic mediumship. you're dealing with like the mind, with the psychotherapy, past lives with hypnotherapy, and you're doing a spiritual healing. So you've got a lot to offer.
A lot, and people come for different reasons, of course,
Yeah.
And so we fit in to what they require at the time.
You know the feeling I get with you as I'm sitting here, I feel the heart, the concern. I also feel with you the understanding, and it's this feeling of trust, because people are too scared to tell people what's wrong with them. And I feel that I just feel very non-judgmental with you. I feel like if I was sitting here, I could open up and tell you, because that non-judgment, we're scared to talk to people about what's bothering us, aren't we?
Yes, that's very, very true. Trust is really important, and that's why I always have a quick talk to people before we start whatever healing, so that they can trust me and that I will tell them the truth. The truth is so important, and that's why you've named your company Spiritual Truths.
Oh, really? Of course.
That is because the truth is so important. And a lot of people in what we do exaggerate or maybe can lie just for different reasons. But to tell the truth is the most important part.
Yeah.
And part of my job, being an ordained minister, of course, is to tell the truth.
It goes back to something discussing this week. I find that sometimes you get relevant topics throughout a week. And I've been talking to a lot of people about above the line and below the line. And above the line is accountable, responsibility, ownership. And below the line is blame, excuse, denial. And when people come from a place of blame, excuse, denial, when they won't, it just doesn't cut it. And you can just feel it, and it really annoys people. And they don't get away with it. And it's just, and sometimes you just need to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to.
Just say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you have to back off.
And it's okay to say so, and people accept it. Yeah, so that's really important. So that it's all about that truth, isn't it? Like being accountable, being responsible, to honest, being truthful.
Truthful.
And real. I'm hearing the word "and real."
Speaking your truth, I don't want anything out of it. People say, what? The amount of people that I see for no charge is a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, on the other side of the scale, people pay me much, much more than what my charges are, because that's what they can afford it.
Yeah.
But we're here, both of us are here to help others.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's our job.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so you talked about, so you're Reiki master and you've done those other trainings you talked about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, go deeper into this question. So how does your healing help other people?
Well, first of all, a lot of healing consists of what I was speaking about before, like Reiki, and I'm not talking against Reiki because I'm a master. Reiki puts in good energy, puts in beautiful energy. And when you finish your Reiki session, the client will probably say to you, oh, can I come back? When can I come back?
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's what they'll say. But the secret to healing is not putting in good energy. It's taking out the bad energy.
Right.
And that's why LOM healing works.
Right.
We remove the bad energy.
Right.
And a lot of people say there's no such thing as bad energy, but there is. And there's bad energy, there's negative energy, there's many different forms. People don't talk about it, but there's entity, which could need to be removed. And of course, by taking out the bad, you might not see the same person for another 10 or 15 years because you've done what had to be done.
So it's a yin and yang, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the yin and yang.
It is.
Yeah.
Basically, what I teach, LOM healing, when you heal somebody, they will tell 10 other people. So you don't have to see them again, but they're spreading the word of what happens.
So is LOM healing just about removing negative energy?
No.
So is it removing and putting in good
That's
energy?
part of it.
Right, okay.
But that's the secret of healing, is getting rid of the bad, not just putting in good. If you put in good, people want to come back, come back, come back. But by getting rid of the bad, they don't have to come back.
Right, I see.
And that's the secret.
And that's really important. They don't have to come back.
They don't have to come back.
But you've done your job.
not me, but yes,
Yeah,
the job's
yeah.
been done.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's good to know. Actually,
It's
that
different,
that
yes.
makes a lot of sense. I remember doing a healing on somebody who was a pee addict, and the healing, I did a lot of the removing, a lot of white light of the negative energy. And he said to me afterwards that he's never felt so clear in his life.
There you go. So you removed it.
Yeah, but then unfortunately he got back in a situation where it was a negative situation. But eventually he's come out of it
Yes.
and he's helping others, you know?
Well, with methamphetamine through my training, you cannot be addicted to it. And you're saying, what? There's plenty of pee addicts around, but they're not. You see, methamphetamine becomes habitual. You do it because other people do it or because you want to. But you will notice if you meet pee addicts as such that they don't actually have to do it. Some of them can have a rest for 3 months or 6 months. Most cases forever. It's up to them.
But they've got the power.
They have the power, but they want to do it. When they try pee for the very first time, they get an exceptional high, and all this has been channeled through. They get this exceptional high which will never, ever be repeated again. But they keep on trying
Oh, I see.
to try and get up there.
I
But it's
see.
not an addiction because they can
Right.
stop like that
Right.
overnight.
Right. So it's interesting about addiction, isn't it? Because that means that you have the power to choose. It's
Yes,
giving the empowerment and the choice back to other people.
but other things like heroin, you can get addicted to.
Right, I see.
And so, but I'm just talking about methamphetamine. So
I never heard that before.
But now you see.
I wouldn't want to
You
persuade
wouldn't want to
people.
try it, no, but
I don't want to persuade my listeners to go there either. No.
no, but you can tell every client that comes to you that thinks they're addicted, it's just a habit.
Right, okay. And you've got the choice.
They have the choice.
They're the
yeah.
choice. Okay. So, so have you seen any miracles? Have you seen any miracles?
Yes, I have in my healing practice because it's not me. So is it okay if I talk about just one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Of course it is.
so-
People would love to hear about this.
It was
yes.
probably in the early 2000s, say 2001. I had this lady come to me with a newborn baby, and her father was bringing the baby in. And so she told me that her husband was away because he was a pilot. And so she said, Dad's come to support me. And I said, interesting. So we went through the rigmarole of starting the healing, because in the healing, the first thing we always do is protection.
Yeah.
So that's the most important part of spirituality.
Yeah.
Is the protection of your client and yourself from
Yeah.
unknown forces.
Yeah.
And so we started on the healing, and the grandfather was holding the baby, and he was pronounced terminal. He only had a very short time to live, days rather than weeks. And so he came in, and as we started, it was very hard. So I put my hand on the grandfather rather than the little baby. I put my hand over the little baby. I asked for connection to above. The baby got red hot.
Wow.
So hot that we had to put the baby onto the table. The grandfather could not hold him. He became incredibly hot, and I was a bit worried. So what's
naturally.
going on here? The baby is red hot. So anyway, we finished the healing, and they went to leave, and I said, well, I don't charge children. And they said, what? I said, I don't charge children. Until a person finishes their schooling, I don't charge them. And so there is people that still go to school at 19 that come to me even today, and I don't charge them. So the lady was very thankful and walked out, blowing me down. The very next day, she rang me and she said, oh, just ringing to thank you for the healing. But straight after the healing, of course, Dad and I, which is her father, had to go to the hospital with the boy. And at the hospital, they checked him and they said, look, we're terribly sorry. We've made an extremely bad misdiagnosis. There's nothing wrong with your child.
Wow.
So how can you say a child is terminal one day, and the child be not terminal the next. It's the healing from above.
It's from Jesus.
Yes. And so, yes.
Well, Jesus performed miracles, didn't he?
He performed miracles. Yeah.
So I've had a few as well. So I do believe that miracles happen.
Not quite finished with the story.
Oh, sorry.
So
Interrupting, sorry.
she told her husband,
Yeah.
of course, and he was rapt, and he said, well, I'll make an appointment. So he made an appointment to come and see us. And when he went home, he said, I felt nothing. Nothing happened at all. And that was probably correct. Because first of all, he was a non-believer, which you don't have to be a believer. But secondly, there was nothing wrong with him.
I see.
And so that's why he didn't feel anything.
So this leads me to my next question. So is the person receiving the healing part of it, part of
Yes.
the healing?
It is. It's very important. The person can receive the healing and will receive the healing. But if we're working in the areas where there's nothing wrong, which in quite a few people there are, nothing wrong,
Yeah.
what can be healed or what can be noticeably healed if a person's not aware of it? And that's what happened.
Right. Okay. So do you think that people can reject the healing?
Oh, most definitely.
Like they're very sceptical, like a reading, you know?
Well, what you will find, and this is what happens, is when somebody is given a voucher to come and see you. So they're coming to see you possibly because they don't want to. They're coming to see you because somebody else has pushed them to come and see you. Now, these people are very, very defensive.
Yes.
So you've got to learn how to take them, and you've got to understand. And in cases like that, it is better to be able to make them leave feeling very calm. But if they're so defensive, they put up their shields, and they have every right to.
That's true.
They put up their shields, and they're saying, this person's not going to get through to me. And even though we still can, we don't.
Yeah. We don't.
So, yes.
I've got a story about that. I'll tell you later.
Yes.
I've got a situation about that.
See,
Exactly the same
true.
thing.
Some people don't want to know, but the people that make their appointment for themselves, they do want some form of healing.
Yeah, and you're right though. People have every right to be defensive, and if they don't want something, why should they have it? It shouldn't be forced on them.
Yes, that's dead right. Yeah.
No, none of us like things forced on us.
No, but to give a person a voucher may not be the best thing you can give them for their birthday.
No.
They might be scared of it, or they might not want to open themselves up to anything.
Yeah.
And so, that's...
I think sometimes people do it with the best of intentions. So sometimes, when you get, for me, I think when I first got into the spiritual arena, I got so excited. I wanted to spread the word with everybody, but so it comes from a good place, but it's not necessarily what people need.
Correct.
Yeah, I can see that. So that's really interesting. So one thing I remember with you is that I have a look here. So I knew there was that question. So you used to do tours and retreats and things like that overseas.
Yes.
You went to India and places. So are you doing that now?
Yes, I'm getting a little bit older, obviously, but I still like doing it.
Right. So do you do tours and retreats?
I still do tours and retreats, and sometimes a little bit more locally, because through the cost of living nowadays, it's not that easy. I have done 9 tours to India with people, and I do know the Dalai Lama. In actual fact, I was thinking about it the other day. I got personally invited to his 80th birthday, but that was 10 years ago.
Oh,
And so, see, he's 90 now.
wow.
And so, but yes, so India's a very spiritual place. I've done tours to Machu Picchu because I know a shaman in Costco. And so, and I do local tours. When I say local, I've done women's retreats to Bali, spiritual retreats, and to all of the islands, Fiji, Samoa, and of course the Cook Islands, Rarotonga. And so, yes, so I have done a lot. And I still do talks.
Yeah.
And recently with the church, it's a lot easier to do shorter talks. But we recently had a series called Out of Left Field every Tuesday night, which were unusual talks about different things in spirituality and in the world. And so, yeah, I'm still involved in that sort of thing.
So any retreats coming up?
Not as far as I know next year, but there is options. Marrakesh is one. I don't know why.
Where's that?
Well, it's in Morocco, or it's close to Morocco. I don't even know why, but it's come through to me. So I have to have a look, and I have to do a bit of a study and say, why would people want to go there? And of course, India is beckoning because people love to see the Taj Mahal and they love to see the Himalayas. And so that's always beckoning. Machu Picchu I'd like to do again. But spiritual journeys will be a part of my life as long as I can journey.
So what do people happen when they go for a retreat?
What happens when we go to
What they expect
retreat?
to get from you?
So when you go on a retreat with me or a spiritual journey, I will have little talks about the way of life I'm experiencing. But most of all, for people, is to understand the place they're in.
Oh, I see.
So that they know that how the other people live,
Oh, I see.
how the other type live.
Oh, that's
And so
quite
they can-
eye-opening. Yeah.
It is, because it's respectful of where they are as well. And so, yeah, so it's interesting to go to Bali where everything's quite different and it's known as the black magic capital of the world. But you see there, because there is a lot of different forms of spirituality there. Interesting. And there's cleansing places where you can go and have cleansed and massages and all things like that.
Yeah. But don't we like that word black magic, though?
Well, it's been noted. About 1,000 years ago, there was a movie called Bali High, and that spoke all about the black magic
Right,
that
yeah.
happens,
Yeah.
And you can call it black. It doesn't have to be black.
No.
But it is a magical place.
So it's a nice, magical, sparkly place. That's how I like to see it. That's how I like to see that. Okay. Okay, so also the other thing is your workshops. So I think that's important. You're still doing
so
your workshops?
I'm
Yes.
still doing it, but for different reasons. I only do it once a year now.
Right, okay, yeah.
And so if people attend a second time, they become masters. And when they become masters, they will learn where the Elohim healing sequence came from.
Okay.
And so it's important for them. But I would have taught in Australasia, because I used to live on the Gold Coast and work in Westgate.
Wow.
And so I've taught all over Australia and New Zealand, and I would have taught about, I did do a little count not so long ago, because last week I just did another healing course. Every August I do them.
Yeah.
And I would have taught about 1,200 people.
Wow. Yeah.
So in the days of a New Zealand spiritual magazine called the Rainbow News, there was quite a few people there who'd learnt from me and advertised as Elohim healing.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what you teach. I'm just going to circle back for a minute. We've talked about your healing retreats, workshops. So if I was coming to you for healing, what would I expect? I said, look, I think I need some healing. So what would the process be?
The process when you come to me for a healing, first of all, unlike a lot of places, you don't just hop straight on the table and get a healing. I talked for at least 5 minutes to the person
Yeah.
to, first of all, look into the person, ask to connect with their guides or my guides to see what is actually wrong or what ails them.
Yeah.
And then I suggest to them what I've seen or felt or heard.
Yeah.
And during that time, it always comes through that they get a bit of a reading.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because they do have assistance from guides and things like that. And so after that, they're more calmer.
Yeah.
And then they're listening and say, oh, this guy's not going to chuck me on the table and charge me and let me go. And so what happens, I tell them, first of all, what happens. Tell them it's not me. Tell them they're going to have a protection put around them and myself. And then we'll go on with the healing.
How long is that for, the sessions?
The session is an hour.
Yeah.
When we finish, there's always about 5 minutes left. When I say, it's very important too, do you have any questions? Because some people, I don't want them to leave without knowing what's happened.
Yeah. What I do with my healings now, I get them to record it after.
Yes, that's very good. And most of them you can.
I said, would you like to record what we're going to talk about? So they remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, that's very, very good. But first of all, I'm not IT, not
No, they're
that
just on
good.
their own phones.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I don't do the recordings anymore, so I just say to them,
Yeah,
would you
if
like
you
to
want to record
record
it,
what we're going to talk about?
that's fine. If they were coming for a reading, I would do that.
I do it for healings now too.
Oh,
After the healing.
No, that's good. That is very good. But if I was doing a hypnotherapy session with someone with a
Yes.
phobia, we can't do that.
Oh, of course not.
Because then a person would know how to, just through words, how you can use subliminal language to hypnotize a person.
Oh, no, you can't. So if I got hold of you, so you talk about your general healing, so would you say first on the phone or whatever, well, how can I help you, or what sort of session do you need?
No, only when you arrive.
Oh, when you arrive.
Because you can change your mind.
I see. So is it self-booking, or they have to make
They have to make an appointment.
Is it self-booking?
They do, yes, they have to make an appointment.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you arrive, I'm sort of very similar,
Yeah.
not for healing so much, more for reading. So I say to people, would you like a healing more about your life, which I say psychic guidance, or are you looking for mediumship?
Yeah.
Or you're looking for a bit of both. So I ascertain. I think it's really important to find out what they actually, because they can change their minds.
And they do.
Yeah.
So the person that's made the appointment may have a totally different perspective in seeing you or meeting you, and may have more trust
Yeah.
or may not. And so they think, oh, well, I'll just have a reading today then, please.
Yes.
And fine.
Yeah.
And so, no, I don't discuss it on the phone.
Okay. All right. So how do people get hold of you?
They get hold of me through my website, because I have my number on my website. That's the only way really now.
So they have to phone you.
Yeah, they have to text me or
text
phone me
you.
or text me, and I will make an appointment for them
Okay.
through that. I also do, which is very important now since COVID, I do video sessions.
Oh, yes, yes.
And a lot of my sessions now are overseas on the video. Mm-hmm. For example, last night I saw a lady in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. And all this comes from word of mouth. So I don't push it. I'm getting on a few years a bit, so I don't push it. But I'm still quite busy.
Oh, great. So what's the name of your website?
NigelCollis.co.nz.
NigelCollis.co. Is that, and so it's Collis with 2 L's?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. The listeners need to know how to get hold of you, Nigel.
that's right, yes.
Yeah, and so all their phone numbers and everything's on there.
Yeah, and they just ring or text.
Yeah, yeah.
Or email.
Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to ask you, because this is called Spiritual Truth.
Spiritual truths.
Truth is a name, and we all have different spiritual truths, and we may have more than one, but what is generally your main spiritual truth?
The main spiritual truth is to believe in yourself as a child of God, to believe in God or a higher source, and to know that on earth here, that you are here to help people. Your purpose in life is to help people. And that's my biggest spiritual truth. I can be critical, like some people, but I try not to be. And I'm here to help others, not to bring them down, but to help others. And so that's my spiritual truth, to believe in a higher source. You see, in this world, more people haven't heard about Jesus Christ than have. So those people that haven't heard about Jesus Christ can't believe in him. So they haven't heard of him. But they have a God, probably. And who's to say that Allah, Muhammad, Shiva, they're not all the same person?
Yeah, yeah.
They're a higher source known by a different name. But my spiritual truth is that we were all created, not just within Earth, but within this whole universe. We were all created. And to believe in the Creator, no matter what you call them, is the higher source. That's my spiritual truth.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. And so when I sent you, and I can feel her now, I can feel her connected to your cross, I did pick up on your mother. And I said that in your email, that your mum's around you.
Yes.
And she hears you.
Yes.
She's really stubborn. She's really stubborn, your mum.
Yes. When I was ordained, I got emotional. I'm not an emotional person, but I got emotional because she would have always wanted me to be a minister of God.
Oh.
And I was talking about her and I got really emotional. So, yeah, she is very close.
She just said to me, her sort of people is what she said, her sort of people.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
brought up in a convent school and all that sort of stuff. You know.
Yeah, she loves the lily, the water lily. She makes me feel with the water lily very much.
There you go.
Yeah, I think she's quite, yes, finally, I think she finally came home. I think a bit of suffering at the end, and she's quite happy to get there.
There was.
He said, finally I'm home, and I was just quite a bit of suffering, and she said happy. It was like she wanted to go there, yeah. She was ready.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
They called me from the hospital, but I was in Australia and I couldn't make it back. So my son went and stayed with her for the last few moments. Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty stoic. I don't know if you had a brother as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she makes me feel very much of your brother, but he's not like you.
No.
He's a bit naughty in comparison.
We'll leave that alone.
I just picked up on it, but I think she quite likes it because he's a bit cheeky or something. So
Yeah, we'll leave it.
yeah, we'll leave that. Okay, because she just told me, she made me feel aware of it. So yeah, she sort of goes like this. So okay, I've got number 28. So I don't know why 28, but that's all about 28 is about 10 and 1 and positively and new beginnings.
New beginnings, yes.
Yeah, very much. That's where we're going. Oh, this is from your mum. This is gorgeous. I feel you must have a sister as well.
She?
You have a sister?
Oh, yeah, I have two sisters.
Yeah, she makes you feel your sister. She loves, if one of your sisters particularly, I feel really quite close. It's quite sweet sister. Yeah, quite close to mum. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And your sister must be with mum as well. Her sister?
Her sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over here.
She's got three sisters with her.
Yeah.
They've all passed, yes.
They're dancing.
Yes.
They're
yes.
dancing. Yeah,
Yes.
they're really holding hands and having a laugh.
It sounds like them.
Yeah, very positive. So there we are. So this is what a message is. This is my favourite one. I feel your mum's also quite feminine as well. I feel there's femininity about her as well as quite stoic and Christian, you know, that sort of thing. I think one of your aunts is very feminine. Very, very feminine. Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah,
yes.
and I feel that your mum wants to say thanks to you as well.
Oh, that's good.
Amongst the butterflies by the sea, dance in the moonlight, that's where I'll be.
Yeah.
I can see your movements where you are. I'm getting all tingly, doing improvements or driving your car. I'm right next to you, giving you support. Oh, it makes me even emotional. Remember what I showed you and what I taught. Discover new things. Open your heart. It's time for learning and to follow your yearning.
Yeah. I'm a person that believes that I learn something new every day.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
That card definitely resonated.
Definitely.
Definitely.
And when I was reading it, she goes, when I was saying discover new things, open heart, she goes, and be practical with it. That's the sort of thing she'd say.
Yes, well, yeah.
And be practical with it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming here. We'd love to get you along for hypnotherapy because I want to do one with a hypnotherapist.
Yeah.
That's a different subject altogether.
Totally different.
Yeah, and I wish you luck with and all the best with your healings and helping others and using your voice and teaching others to discover themselves, helping others, supporting others, and with your lovely workshops that you're doing and with the golden light, and keep blossoming is what I'm hearing, and being grateful from your mum and dad.
Well, thank you very much for asking me to be here. It's a real honour.
You're welcome.
And it's very nice to have met you all those years ago.
Yes.
And I just want to bring something up because there's a lot of people that don't believe in people like us.
Yeah.
And so especially with readings, they said, oh, anybody could say that.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So I remember quite a few years ago, for some reason, I was told to come to one of your workshops. And I've never been to anybody else's workshop since the 1990s. Okay? So I've only went to 2 workshops in my life, run by other people. And I came to your workshop, and when we were having a meal break, he said to me, do you have a message from my brother? And it's not, being a medium, you just can't ring somebody up who's dead. And so I didn't ask you for his phone number. I said, I'm not sure. So I tuned in, and of course it came out that he was a religious person like my family. So he was a religious person, and just came through, and I just asked him, religious persons are sometimes adverse to not belief in this, but people shouldn't know. And then he came through with something that I'll never forget, because was really, really important coming from a religious man. He said, watch out for the whale. Now that isn't a message or anything to anyone. It meant nothing to me. It meant nothing to you. And you said, oh, thank you, and went on with our day. 2 weeks later, you were in Sydney Harbour doing a boat trip, and this whale jumped up right beside the boat.
Yeah.
And so that's what being a medium is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing about it too is that he'd find that exciting because he loved the water. And my last trip with him was on a boat, and he was in a wheelchair because he got paralysed from his cancer.
Okay.
And he just spent the whole time just drinking in the water and the sunshine, and seeing a whale, because we had boats growing up, would be huge for him. So he found that rather exciting. And the interesting thing, I talked to my friend last night. He hardly has ever come through. He's very religious, but he did appear to me. I woke up and he stood in front of me. And the really interesting thing is, by my bed, couldn't believe, I got very emotional. I sobbed and sobbed after. And he was in his prime of his life, like he's in his 30s. That's how he appeared. And he was wearing this unusual shirt. It was like a bluey, pinky, purpley colour. And he just looked at me. And then he just moved to the side, and I couldn't see him. It's like he was only allowed to appear to me for a short time. I don't know why, but the love and the feeling. And he went to the side. And then what happened after that was, I was going to colour-therapist that day, and the card I picked was like, I thought it was a darker blue. And she said, the colour you picked is violet. And that's what he was wearing. He was wearing a violet shirt. So, and then not long after that, I bumped into two of his children unexpectedly and had very in-depth conversations. And it was very healing.
Yeah.
So it's just the synchronicity of spirit's amazing. And I was just talking about him yesterday. So
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing.
It's a pleasure.
Blessings. Thank you.